Hey, the virus that must not be named is not only turning me slowly into a Wookiee, but it also prevented me from posting a video about my first mobile game today. Because of the virus, Google Play currently takes over 7 days to check and publish new apps. And public certified apps that help fighting this virus are preferred. Like saving thousands of lives is more important than my mobile game actually no one wants. Okay, it probably is. So this video will have to wait. Last week I published this video about how to get your first 1000 subscribers and got the very positive feedback. And I also planned to help you even more. So I asked you to send me your videos and I will give you feedback on what is nice and what you can improve. At first we have this video by Dorbellprod about making 50 games in one day, or probably not. Let me tell you, the thumbnail is already pretty nice. Let's take a look into the video. So here we have our first video and it starts with some text. Let's just start this video. Okay, it's just text and some more text.
Why don't you make...
Okay, right off the start, I gotta tell you, this is not how you should start a video. Because, first of all, no one on YouTube likes reading. That's why they are on YouTube. They want to see videos and not read. So you shouldn't just put text in there and expect people that they want to read it. So if you want to have text, read it out loud and not just have the text there for itself. Second, the most important part of a YouTube video is the beginning. The first 10 to 20 seconds, because in this time period, the viewer decides if he wants to keep watching or if he just looks to the right, where there are a lot of recommended videos about cute kitties, and then he decides, yeah, that's probably more interesting than reading this also. And you already apologize for the sound. So if even people stay and read this and think, okay, I read and now he's also telling me he has bad sound, why should I watch this? I think this could scare some people off. Maybe you shouldn't do this in the beginning. Try to have a better start. And in general, this is for everyone. Try to have a very nice beginning of your video that people think, wow, this is awesome. I want to watch the rest of this video. Yeah, but let's continue.
Why don't you make 50 games? Or you can't do that.
Clear Dindi reference. Get, this is what a lot of people are doing now, and I think that's totally fine because it's fun and visually pleasing, and why not?
You are absolutely right.
Love this use of your avatar.
Let's make 50 games, yeah! We'll start by making a basic platformer.
Oh yeah, that looks beautiful.
Game number 2 is just game number 1, except the platforms move. Hooray! Game number 3. Game 3 took me over an hour to make, because Unity 2D? More like...
Okay, what I like so far, your editing seems really good. You have a lot of different scenes and jump from one scene to the other. You pair this up with what you're talking. That's also nice. So good job on this one. And as you mentioned, the sound isn't that good. I mean, yeah, it's probably a very cheap microphone and then it's difficult to get good sound. But maybe what can help, I don't know, if you have your mic a little bit further away of your mouth so you don't breathe into it that directly. But I don't know how exactly you can improve the audio quality with a cheap mic. That's nothing I know a lot about.
Like Unity PP. I eventually...
Yeah, this PP... Both the P is a sound that sounds awful on a bad mic.
Got it working though. Obviously. XD. I then took an extremely long break. Game 4 was Flappy Bird. That's it. Dodging game. Woo! Epic collecting game. Flappy Bird, but with moving pipes. Platformer, but platforms disappear. First person shooter game.
Yeah, once again, I like your editing and the introduction of little scream sounds like I just heard. That was also really nice. Good job.
More like crappy maze game. Game 11 is a G-switch game where you just have to press space to switch your position. I am good at explaining things, yay. Game 12 is a game where you have to drag enemies.
Okay, one thing I noticed is your audio volume changes from time to time. For example, if you just go a little bit back, I think there it was a little bit louder, and then it was not as loud in the next cut. And maybe that's something you could fix, even though you don't have an expensive microphone.
Things, yay. Game 12 is a game.
Here, this yay was way louder than the next text. So maybe try to normalize all your audio recordings, and then you don't have this problem. That's something you can do either on your editor, on your video editor, or on your audio recording program. I don't know which programs you use, but I think every program should be able to do stuff like this. For example, Audacity, there you can do this easily by just normalizing your recording, and then should be better.
Game where you have to drag enemies away from Big Chungus. Let's face it, no one wants Big Chungus.
And what I also say, I really like your usage of your avatar. That's something I always enjoy when people are doing this. I haven't done this myself. Maybe someday, maybe I learn from you. But yeah, that's awesome. I like that.
Chungus dead, right guys? Ooh, would you look at that? It's another reskin of Game 3. The only difference is the player disappears every second or so. Same goes for Game 14, except the enemies disappear. I then took an extremely long break. I call this one Click the Chungus. Yeah, I know. Amazing. 19 is like Game 18, but there's Big Chungus. Hell yeah. I will give you 5 seconds to guess what Game 20 is.
But this is a little bit boring. You could add just a little countdown sound, then it's more interesting. Also, put the countdown number in the middle of the screen and make it like big, then it looks much better. Just some very tiny improvements you could do right here. Just a toot, toot.
Correct. It's game.
For example, now you added this sound effect, this correct sound. That's good. That's what I want to see.
19, but enemies disappear sometimes. I call Game 21 Get Squashed by Pipes Simulator. Wow. Just look how realistic it is. Big Chungus getting squashed by pipes. Red pipes. They're not even pipes, they're just rectangles. I need help. Game 22 is...
Okay, this was really nice. Let me show you this to you again, and to show you what he made there and why this part of his video was really awesome. I like it a lot. Okay, so he has this game.
Correct. It's Game 19, okay, but enemies disappear sometimes. I call Game...
Okay, see, he starts the music right when he cuts to Game 21. That's always a nice thing to add your music to your cutting, so it has more the bam, Game 21, music starts, new scene, bam, in your face. Oops.
21, Get Squashed by Pipes Simulator. Wow. Just...
And now the music stops, and that's nice. He stops the music and he starts to make some scene effect where the scene gets smaller and smaller and rotates while he's joking, and the joking part is nice, and stopping the music at this point really helps to underscore what he's saying and to make it more interesting, and it draws people's attention more, and yeah, that's what he did, and this is really nice. And now he keeps talking without music and has this nice scene effect.
Just look how realistic it is. Big Chungus getting squashed by pipes. Red pipes. They're not even pipes, they're just rectangles. I need help. Game 22.
And then game 22, and then the music starts again. Well executed. I guess I have to do more of this, especially when you're making some humor. This helps a lot to make it better and more entertaining. I can really learn from you, guy. That's awesome.
It was sort of a top-down version of Game 21. A bit more fun. Ah yes, Game 23, the shortest game ever made, and of the finest quality. Just look at that. Take a look at this awesome robot.
Awesome game.
It's so
that
good.
Was nice.
It has stunning graphics, stunning gameplay, stunning aesthetics.
Look once again. Oh, nice. Another scene effect, and right here he has this bling sound every time he changes the text, and the text is changing according to what he says. And this is how you do proper video editing for YouTube. That's perfect example of what people shall do.
Graphics, stunning gameplay, stunning aesthetics, stunning graphic.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Crappy Maze Game Part 2, yay! Except this time you...
Also more nice stuff. The video gets better and better the longer I watch it. At the start it was good, and now it's like that's the best you can do with the video material, I would say. Can't get much better.
I can't take much more of this. I'll die before I complete this challenge. Time for Game 26. I worked on Game 26 for way too long. It was supposed to be a sorting game where you had to drag the triangles into the right colored rectangle, but alas, my idea did not work out, and I was running out of time. So I turned the game into this. Game 27 is this. Game 28. The challenge has killed me, but I enjoyed it nonetheless. Kids, remember, trying and failing is better than not trying anything at all. Goodbye, my children. Big shout out to Epic Man, Jonas Tyrell.
Ah, okay. Here we had it again. This huge shift in volume of your audio. That's a little bit too much. That's something you could fix.
He's epic. Also, yay, it took me 2 weeks to make this video. I don't know why, it's so short. Oh, and I apologize for this. I'll try to get a pop filter for my...
Okay, I guess this was the video. Alright, this was the video of Dorbellprod where he did the 50 games in 1 day challenge. Sadly he didn't do it, but that's no problem. I know it's a very hard challenge. I have done it myself. Okay, to the video, it was awesome. I really like your videos. I don't know why you have so few views. The reason can be the beginning of the video. It was a little bit boring with the text. If you just jumpstart right into it and started with the editing you did at the end, the editing in the end was just perfect. I couldn't pull this off, so probably I learned more from you in this video than you from me, but hey, in the end we all want to learn here, so perfect video for this. The only thing that really was not that good is the audio, but that's the problem. If you don't have a proper mic, then it's difficult to get good audio. I think there are ways. Maybe you want to look at some videos on how to get good audio out of bad microphones. That is totally possible if you put a lot of time and effort into it, or you just get a better mic. That would also help. Yeah, but besides this, the video editing was on point, the humor was on point, and what I can say is well done. I learned a lot from you. This was nice. Next, I reviewed this video by Amatsugu and I completely failed the recording. I failed to record my own sound, so this is a very long video of me watching your videos, pausing it, and you won't hear anything. I'm really sorry for that, but I don't have the time to re-record this, so I only have my final feedback for you, but don't worry. I will make a live stream next week and the first video I'm going to review is one of yours. So you will have an in-depth video of me reviewing you. I hope that's fun. Alright, Amatsugu. Okay, Amatsugu. Thanks for sending me this video. I really enjoyed it and I really like that your video was complete contrast to the Dorbellprod video, and we can see that these are two different video styles that can be really enjoyable. So let's get to the feedback. First of all, your game looks really awesome. That's really nice. And one thing I might gotta add is that I still don't exactly know what your game is about. I watched your devlog, but I'm not 100% sure if your game is a real-time strategy or a building game, or you know. So maybe you would like to start your devlogs with explaining your games, showing the most awesome footage of your game, and so that new people who come to your channel and do know nothing about your game can see it and understand what your game is about, and then they can follow your devlog longer, and then they might want to follow you longer and subscribe to your channel. Point 2 is the audio. Sometimes your music was a little bit too loud when you were talking, so you could change this easily. Just make your voice a little bit louder or the music a little bit less loud when you talk. That's it.
This will be responsible for generating a 2D image of the map. While not perfect, I got it working pretty well.
I love your choice of music. That's really nice. You have this ambient, chilly devlog and the music just fits perfectly. But as I mentioned, you can cut out some parts where you're just showing you programming, and therefore, for example, add some nature videos, some videos of yourself typing this, or even a video of the recording of your screen in time-lapse, just to mix things a little bit more up and make it more interesting. But I guess besides this, I really enjoyed your video and you did a good job. All right, next we have Dindi, and he created a game called Buggy for the WoW Game Jam. Let's see.
I hosted the first ever WoW game.
Wow. Okay, first thing, it's very quietly. I have my sound already at 50 and it still can't hear a lot.
Game jam and decided to participate.
I even have to turn up my sound higher than this, and 50 is actually already really high, and I put it on 50 because the last video was also very quietly, but this one, let's put it like to 70.
Participating in it myself. But before I continue with the...
Okay, I don't even know if my recordings will be good now. We will find out in the end. But if you can't hear anything of this video, then you will all notice that, Dindi, you need to turn up the volume a little bit more.
Game jam stuff, I have an announcement to make. I made my own Patreon, so if you want to support me and get some extra channel.
Also, next thing, don't start your videos with announcements like these. Especially when you want to get new followers, new fans, then this will turn them off very quickly. When you have a lot of followers, then you can definitely do this because you will get your views anyways. But as a small channel, as I mentioned, you want to start with a boom. You want to show some awesome stuff. You want to, the people are clicking this video because they want to see your game Buggy and not to hear about anything or your Patreon. That's something you can put in the end, because people who won't watch your video until the end won't support you anyways. I think that's at least my opinion. So putting this into the start of your video doesn't help you, but it maybe scares people off on watching your whole video because they came for buggy and not for some announcement and informations. So put this to the end and start with some footage of your game and or some information of the game jam or anything that keeps the attention of the viewer.
Perks, you can become a Patreon yourself. I will notify you that becoming a Patreon is not needed at all, and I do not force you guys to do it. Now to the video. So a bunch of recordings from where I made the art for the game and the beginning stuff got corrupted. But long story short, I made this character that...
Okay, to this scene, you probably want to show your game, so why not show the game in full screen? I mean, there's a lot of video space spent for the Unity editor, which no one wants to see. The people come to see your game, so put your game into full screen and show only the game and not the uninteresting stuff.
The first recording I found was me working on the first level. At this point, it was the second day and the last day of the jam, and I didn't even have a start screen or the first level set up, so I quickly got to the level design. I worked on the level and made a restart button when you die.
Okay, as I mentioned, doing these time lapses is totally fine. I really love time lapses. I do them all the time and always try to find a way to implement some time lapse. But then, as soon as the time lapse ends, go to your game, put it in full screen. Probably you didn't do this because you recorded just yourself working. But if you know that you want to make a video about it, plan this accordingly. It really takes time to make a good video. I can tell you this. So stop, put the game in full screen, record some footage just of the game, and then continue developing. This will cost you like 10 extra minutes, but it really helps the quality of your video. Also, then you have some different scenes and some cuts, because now this is a static screen all the time with no changes, and people, especially on YouTube, like cuts and scene changes. So this is the most easiest way to add them.
After that, I decided I want the character to be animated when walking, so I rudely split it in half and got it back together in Unity, just to have some errors and quit doing the animations. For the splitted character, I needed to make even more scripts so it doesn't make...
This was the first time the scene changes, and it's like, finally something else to see, you know?
double particles and stuff like that. I won't annoy you with the code. I will also make these text thingies on the first level to introduce you to the controls. I planned to make a boss, but I went to a short 15-minute break. And here we are, 2 hours later. I had only a few hours until the deadline and decided not to make a boss to continue working on the game after the jam ends. So I made a cool sound effect of a giant walking towards you.
Okay, one last thing you might want to improve is some more variety when you speak. It's all very monotone. You can add some more power. What I personally always do, and I must admit I really suck at this. I have some videos where I keep talking and it's so boring, and when I listen to it I just want to say, oh my god, I just want to re-record everything because this was awful, but it already took me 2 hours to do this, so I won't do it. What maybe helps is some gesturing while talking. That's what I'm doing. That's what me personally always helps, because then when you're moving, you gotta speak different and it's not so monotone. Maybe that's some advice that helps you. As mentioned, I really suck at this myself. That's a big thing I gotta improve. But hey, I also like to share all my failures with you. And that's a lot. Do a lot of failures.
In the third level, and then made a to be continued screen with a quit button. I don't want to spoil the third level anymore. I got the game submitted, and then from the comments I realized it's way too hard. But it was too late to fix that.
I can feel you. This is something that always happens to me. I always make my games too difficult. That's also some tip I have for everyone out there. When you're making a game, you need people to test it. It's difficult. Maybe you don't have someone who can test it, or you don't want to show this to your family or so because you think this game is shit. But yeah, find someone who tests it. For me, for example, I now post the games that aren't ready to my Discord, so people on the Discord can test it and tell me, oh, this is way too difficult, or this level is way too difficult, or this level is way too easy, or this is a very big bug you have overseen and you should fix this. So find someone to test your game before you publish it, if you want it to be good in the moment you publish it. Else, at least for me, I make my games always too difficult, because when you develop them, you play and test them a lot, so your skill level is way higher than the level of people who will play your games, and that's why the game tend to be too difficult.
Do I continue working on this game or not? Because I want to get into 3D game development. Anyway, that's it for today. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more, and I'll see ya in the next one.
Alright, this was Dindi. Thanks for sending me your video. My tips for you. First, turn up the volume. It was really too quietly, and if I haven't turned up my volume to almost the maximum, I wouldn't have heard. For everyone, try to normalize your audio before uploading the video. This way you are sure it's not too loud and not too quiet. And I actually just recently learned about this, but it's a really important thing. Maybe you should normalize it to -3 dB, then it's not too loud. I currently normalize all my stuff to 0 dB, so my videos are really loud in the beginning for people, especially after watching such a quiet video and then turning to mine. Probably some ears died, but hey, one thing in music is the louder the music, the better the people think it is. And this is some interesting stuff, and maybe the same is true for devlogs. I don't know yet, but maybe you should make them louder. And second, try to diversify the things you show on screen. And by that I mean add some cuts, and of course add some full screen footage of your gameplay. When you're playing the game and you're recording, just pause it, put your game to full screen, and then record it, so you have some full screen footage of your game for your devlog. And this way people really can see your game. In your video it was a little bit too small. It was only like 1/4 of the whole video was your game, so 3/4 of your videos were wasted space, and that's something you can fix very easily, and then I guess your videos get directly much better. And that's it for this video. Hey Yannick, you didn't analyze the video I showed you. Didn't you see my link, or why? And yeah, that's totally true, because this is only the pilot episode. I don't know yet how I will call it, but don't worry, I have all your links saved and I will review them, and I will do this a lot in the future, because my plan is to do a weekly live stream where I do what I just did. So, and the live stream will probably take place every Tuesday. I gotta figure out the time schedule for this. I'm not quite sure, but I will inform you. And of course, you don't have to be live. You can also rewatch the stream when your video was shown on the stream, or if you just want to learn how to do better videos, you can join the stream. So a lot of knowledge from me to you, and what I'm hoping is that people are watching the live streams also can comment what they think can be made better, so we have even more people who add their knowledge to this knowledge ball, and then we have, I don't know. Make sure to hit the subscribe button so you won't miss the live streams and you can learn from them. And also, if you like this video and like what I mentioned, please hit the like button and check out the beautiful people who sent me their links to their videos. The links to their channels will of course be in the description. Give them some love and create awesome content, guys and girls, maybe. I don't know. See ya.